Ooh. Still. Heidi, hi. Hi, hi, hi. I don't know who's here. Is anybody here? Hi, Jane. How are you? We're making a mess today. We're not making a mess. We're going to make a lovely mess tonight. I'm just sorting myself out because I have created absolute chaos. This is what we're going to make tonight. I got asked off a lovely video on Facebook if I would show how I did it. It's really easy. It looks a lot more complicated than it is. So for anybody who's just joining or watching later on, I'm Emma. My Thirsty Brush Unlimited is mine. It is owned by the lovely Tony Darrick, this lady here, but it's my baby. Thirsty Brush is mine, and I'll never ever let her take it off us. Anyway, the stamps, the dies, the stencils, the papers, all designed by me. Did you hear that? Papers coming soon. And yes, they're a little bit fun, a little bit quirky, a little bit different. Guaranteed to make you smile, hopefully. And yes, we're going to play. And I've got the Christmas birds. This one is called Our House to Yours. There was 3 in the line that came out. So there is Party Season and Our House to Yours. And hang on, I've got the other 2 here. I didn't realise I had them. Feeling Fabulous, Party Season in this one. So we've got the peacock. And they've all got the dies with them as well. So it makes it easy to cut them out. No fussy cutting. So that's awesome. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Mary. I nearly called you Brian there. Hi, Caroline. Hi. So I've got the Stamps by Me box kit with the lovely papers in. I'm not going to show you any of it because people will have to wait until they get theirs. But I'm using the papers. And all I did was I did some collage. And this heart here is a Thirsty Brush die. And it's the names. Anyway, it's a Thirsty Brush. You can get them all on the howtocraftnetwork.co.uk or com if you're somewhere else. This one here, it was half sticking out of the machine, so it hasn't cut through. Oh, some of them have, but it doesn't matter for this. I'm actually going to cover most of the little holes. I thought about weaving some like hessian stuff through, the grassy stuff, but I changed my mind because I'd have to put all the holes back in. But what I did was, yes, I cut here some of the flowers out to make this bit here, and I fussy cut them out. It was quite easy, really. I didn't cut them out properly because it's a collage. So I'm going to steal this one. So it's just a basic skim. Anyway, while I'm chopping this out, tell us what you've been up to. Have you been anywhere nice? Have you done anything? Have you seen anybody? Tell me. What are you doing crafty-wise? Tell us a tale. See, Amanda, I can't do blanket stitch. I start off, I do it, and then it immediately goes out of my head how to do it again, and I have to go back on and find another video, and I'm lazy. Very lazy when it comes to stitching. In fact, my coat, I got a lovely coat for Christmas last year. It was a Joe Brown's coat, and it's frayed, and I'm that lazy. I tried to stitch it up, and I didn't do it properly, so I'm going to have to take it to my mum at the age of my age and get her to do it on the machine because I'm so lazy when it comes to stitching anything. Crafting at the moment doing embroidery. See, Caroline, you must have the patience of a saint. Embroidery doesn't happen fast enough for me unless it's on the plastic stuff that you get for kids with the wool. I like that one. And the plastic stuff's great on the jelly plate as well. Had test. Oh, that doesn't sound very nice, Ronald. No, I don't like the sound of that. And this sheet here's got a dictionary page and like music on the back. We're going to tear a sheet of that and use both sides for the collage. I did hear Tony saying that people were asking for this as a paper pad. So hopefully we'll get it because I love this sheet here. Ah, top secret. I know what it's for now that you're cross-stitching. I'm not going to make them too small because last night the bits I put on that one were teeny tiny. Top secret work. And all I used a gel medium last night, but you can just use a normal glue. If that's what you've got, like the PVA, and add a little bit of water in. I'm saying that, but I can't find either of mine. Give us a tick. You know what it is? One of these days these will come on and I'll be so organised, I'll frighten the life out of all of you. You'll think there's something wrong with us. What's this? That's not it. Right, we'll just use normal glue. I'll put a bit on my mat and squirt some water on it. I seen you doodly Christmas cards, Maureen. They're fabulous. Maureen, as well, I need to message you. It's been non-stop today in here. I need to message you. You're naughty, but lovely at the same time. Hi, Sheila. Now my water's not working. Hang on, for another one. I'm just going to use a paintbrush as well, because the glue won't hurt your paintbrush, but use an old scratchy one if you want. So, all over, get a good coverage. And it doesn't have to be as messy as I make it out to be, all of this. And just start. Any bits that are hanging over, we can just trim off as we go. And I'm not bothered if there's little spaces and things. I think it adds to it. In the box kit, you get some stamps as well. I use some of them. There's loads of lovely little stamps, which are classed as filler stamps, and they're just absolutely lovely. I'm just seeing if I missed anything. Hi, Kelly. Hello, hello. Kelly, I got your message. The answer's yes, and I'll message you back soon, I promise. So, this homeschooling malarkey's got us a bit round the twist at the minute. We've been busy. Busy, busy. That's where I'm at, if you're all wondering. So, yeah. Busy being taught, because everything I seem to say is wrong. Anyway, this one here, you will lose a little bit of it, but angle it so you get as much of it on the heart as possible. It doesn't have to be on a heart. It could be a square, rectangle, whatever you want. I'm just using the heart because I like them. And a bit here. Add a few more bits. And then we'll dry it off super quick. I'm stuck. I absolutely love the dictionary print. Let's have some tiny bits. Again, it doesn't take long. I mean, you can take a lot more care in doing it than what I do. You don't have to just slap it on like me. And you might find it looks even better with a bit more care of where you place and things. I mean, to be honest, I added the red berries as a last minute whim, and I'm thinking tonight on this one we should add some red in with it as well. We'll try it and we'll see. Right, I'm just going to grab my heat tool. If you've got earphones in, this is your 5-minute warning till I find it. What on earth? Where's it? I had it in my hand 2 minutes ago. Homeschooling Chris. I am homeschooling Chris. It's a very long story, but it's working for us. He's happy. He loves it. And I'm stuck with him. I cannot find the heat tool. I think I've took it somewhere else. We'll do the waft instead. And we'll just work over the top of it. Why would I take it somewhere else? I bet you I've got it out and took it upstairs or something stupid like that. I find me purse in the weirdest place as well. You know, when you come home and you put your shopping away. I've found it in the freezer before. The fridge, the cupboards. My heat tool could be in the bathroom for all I know. There we are. And then I'm using the Distress Oxide because I want them really, really vintage. And this is just your background. Yeah, wafting is better for the ears, isn't it? we'll do a bit wafting. Anyway, I'm going to use the sponges just because I do not want to get glue on my little brushes. And we'll go in. This is the ground espresso because it's nice and dark. And I want the edges really, really dark. And it still works over the top. So it's all good. We can easily put this to one side anyway when we do the owl. Yeah, Jane, honestly, it's the weirdest thing. I don't know if it's because I've got that many things going on in my head all the time, or if it's like early signs of something sinister. It's really bad. I remember my mum losing things a lot as well when she worked and had 4 kids and life. I don't think she's as forgetful now. Right, I'm just going to take the corner. This red is the new red. I had to do it. And it's called Lumberjack Plaid. Plaid? Plaid? How do you say it? Hi, Donna. And I'm just going to add a little bit in the odd areas. Just because I just want to pull the eye to the berries a little bit more. That's it, just a little bit. And then I'm not going to use the bundled sage. I'm going to use the brown, I think, and keep in with the flow of things. And these are the stamps. This is the stamp set that you get in the magazine. These here leaves are absolutely fabulous to get. Tiny little snowflake and the flowers and things. And all these are absolutely marvellous little filler-in stamps. So if you're making a background or anything and you've got a space that's not quite full enough, or it feels a bit bare, or you just want something on the corner, these are perfect for that. Oh, again, I'm using the VersaFine. And I was going to say I've lost my heart. It's in front of us. Hey, dear me. And all I'm going to do is pop them on. I'm not bothered about them stamping properly because if you look here, they look quite nice. So, everything's sticking to it because the glue's still wet. But how cool does that look in with the collage? It hides all your little bits that you maybe's not so keen on. I have got an excuse, Amanda. Possibly not a good excuse, but I've still got one. I'm just useless. Honestly, the amount of times I sat around my mum and dad's table as a kid and I would just zone out, totally zone out. And then the next day I knew my dad's going, Emma, where have you gone? And I'd be off thinking about anything. Pixies, fairies, you name it. And I have some snowflakes as well. Snowflakes. And I'm thinking, you know, I might try this. I don't know if this sage is too light to show up. But we'll see. Oh, yeah, there's a bit. But we'll add them in anyway. I can see a few. Hold on, I'll lift it up so you can see. I can see a few here. It's just adding all the different colours together. And when you see at first, you don't actually see all the detail that's in it until you start seeing it together. And every time you look at this, you'll see something extra in it, or you'll see a word or just something. I always think anything new. A bit at work. Isn't that typical? You love Emma Will. That's good. That's really good. It's hard work sometimes. It's like Christopher keeps saying, can you not just be like other mums? And I'm like, what, boring? Normal? No. The mums aren't boring. I'm joking about that. That's mean. And we're going to move on our little owl. I have already stamped them out, but I will show you again. Now, my Eureka is still buried under mount work for next year. But I will stamp them out just to show you how easy it is. Because they're such good quality stamps that you don't really need much pressure. I'm using the brown, but my brown is a little bit dry. So we'll see what happens. The tree's fabulous. Imagine that in silver. It would be awesome, wouldn't it? I'll move that. Yes. That's exactly it, Jane, isn't it? It's, you never get bored of looking at it. Yeah, so it just stamps out so nice. So what I did to start off painting them, I did a wash. I think it's called glazing in the watercolour world. And what I used was just normal watercolours. I mean, I've got like 3 billion watercolours. But what you can do is start moving as well, because don't forget this mat. This mat is just the saviour of all. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome, especially when you're stenciling. Because you've seen how many times I've been stenciling and it's moved. Right, I think this colour I'm using is a burnt sienna. And all I did was a wash all over them at first. Because, I mean, all the owls I've done so far have been bright pink or blue or whatever. But he looks so cute done like a real owl. Or realish owl. As real as my owl can get. Are you catching Emma's typing there, Kelly? Did Sophie have a nice birthday? Kelly's daughter turned 13 this week. 13. And it's absolutely awful when they turn teen. But did she have a nice day? Not for you, though. That's all I did at first, and then let them dry. And then I die cut them out, obviously. So you don't have to listen to that either. Now, this is how I'm going to build up the colour. I'm using different watercolours, as well as I used the orange, a burnt umber, and the raw sienna. And I'm going to go in with the umber on his wing, because this bit's going to be quite dark because it's further back. And then bring it in. The good thing with watercolour, though, you can build it up and build it up. And the water itself will pull it out. So it'll get lighter to here. But then under this wing, again, it'll get darker. And if you need it even darker brown, you can add a little bit black to it as well. So under his wing is going to be really dark. And then under his chin. And this eye, because it's further away, and he's probably sat in the tree with the least amount of light because he's an owl. You can go in really, really dark. Maybe even add a little bit black to it as well. Hang on, I'll grab a palette. My Thirsty Brush palette is in the kitchen, I know that much, because it needs washing. I'll use this one. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it very well though. So it's raw umber and a tiny bit of black, and this is how I get the dark. And it's really, really dark. There we are. Into his eye and things in these corners. And maybe it's even under this wing as well, because that's going to be really dark. And under here as well. See, my Kermit, he's not an owl, but he's got red under his wings, and it just looks, he looks amazing. He's like iridescent green, so you know when you get the mica powders, he looks like that with the iridescent wings. Yeah, when they turn teeth, it's horrible for parents. Awful for the, well, it was for me. And it's been awful ever since. And Daniel, he's out of his teens now, and he's still awful. And underneath here is going to be really dark as well. Has everybody got crafty plans for the weekend? It's set to be miserable here. So I'm going to be really lazy and order food shopping online. Because this morning when I got up, my milk had turned, so I couldn't even have a coffee. So I managed to get milk and bread when I was out, but that was it. It was so wet today. Like, I'm lucky I didn't drown when I was out there. No bother at all, Amanda. See, some people get all the luck. But, saying that, I would imagine if Daniel was a girl, I think he would be a lot more hassle. I know what I was like. So I'm bringing in the raw sienna with the orange now. And I'm just going to do a little bit on his nose. And then his eyes, because owls have that really bright eye colour, don't they? Now we can even add a bit down here. I'm going to go back in with the dark on his belly and blend it in. Water does most of the work. And then the raw sienna on its own round his eyes. He's going to look fluffy by the time we're finished with him, hopefully. And the dark around his eyeball. You all fell asleep now. I automatically go into zombie when I start to colour. If you want even more detail, get your Maya pencils out and start adding brush strokes. Is our Maureen still there? I'm going to the other craft group I attend. Oh, wow. The Funky Fossil Magic White Paper. What's the Funky Fossil Magic White Paper? What have I missed? Oh, Sheila, I love to colour. I really do. And the more you do it, the more you learn. Like little things of making them dark in places. I mean, I've always loved to colour. Always loved to colour. But now, with practicing, I love it even more because I feel like I'm getting somewhere. So I'm mixing the orangey in with the brown for his wing. And then I might not be able to get the white highlights on him, but I'll give you the gist of it with my heat tool being AWOL. And I'm going to use raw umber on the branch, and this is where I should add some glitter to him. White glitter, and pretend it's no. Oh, should we add glitter? Hi, Wendy. So, Wendy, have you ever heard of Stamps by Me and Thirsty Brush? Or was this your first time hearing about us? So all the times I waffle about what I'm doing and I have to go and work, this is what I mean. I have to go and work and colour. Oh. There we are. I'm going to add even more dark just under his eye and let the water pull it out for you. And you'll get that. I think this is why I love watercolours so much, because it's so forgiving. Oh, Wendy, it's nice in here. It's lovely. I thought you'd gone to sleep, Maureen. I'm going to pop him to one side now, and I'm going to get out, hopefully. Did I put it away properly? What is it here? Right, I've got the berries. That's something. And there again, they're off Artful Days. And what I used under this one, here, it's like a bark. It's called, what is it? Coconut paper. Kelly, you'll know this. It's from, actually, Maureen as well, you might know this. He was at the show. What's he called? Where I got all the Christmas bits from. Anyway, it's from there, and I'm not sure if it's called coconut paper or... This is it here. I've buried it. Oh, no, it's not. I don't know where I've put it. I've got everything out for tonight, and then I've beds all in the kitchen together. Anyway, I'll use some of this, and we'll do a slightly different take on it. I'll find out what that's called, though, because it comes in, like, quite a big pack, and you only need a tiny little bit. Ross Papercraft, that's it. He is getting a website soon as well, and I get loads of bits from him. So I got some berries from him as well. I got these things, which are poppy heads, I think. The dried poppy heads, and I make wreaths and all sorts with them. You do need some. I'll try and find mine. I can't even understand what I've done with everything. I only got up to make chicken, you know. Block the spam. troll. Is that somebody in here trying to make me panic again? It is. Get out. Report. What is it? It's rude, isn't it? And remove. Can you remember the first time that happened? I didn't know what it was. I had a complete panic attack. I thought I'd done something. Troll. Right, so this stuff here is the spider web netting that we're adding in behind them. It might look cool as well because it's even darker. You could use sisal as well. That would work. But we're going with this tonight. Were you in that night, Sheila, when I completely panicked? Right, and then we're going to build him up on foam pads, and then hopefully he'll be dry enough to add the white to. I'd love to know why everything's in the kitchen tonight. Yes, Kelly, very rude. The first time it happened, I was ridiculous, wasn't I? There's me acorns falling over. I found acorns. Yeah, so how long did you expect for the being tidy thing to last with us? Did it last us longer than what you thought it would? Because it's gone now, right out the window. Wendy, are you a tidy crafter? I am just useless at keeping anything tidy. Anything at all. Anyway, that'll do for the foam pads. One more. Yeah, I had a duct tape plaster on my finger on Tuesday. Now I've got a proper one. It's the most pathetic little cut in the world, but it hurts. And again, before I stick it down, I'm going to hide all these edges, because when you die cut it out, you get a white edge, but if you colour them down, it doesn't look as obvious unless you like that. I've got a bit of a thing about it. Sometimes I don't mind it, sometimes I totally fall out with it. It's called organic. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Unorganized chaos. It's because I'm always looking for something else. And then the berries. I think these berries are actually real, you know. Watch, they're a bit squidgy unless they're foam. They're really cool though. I was a bit frightened to keep popping it. I think it might be foam. I don't think anybody would put real berries on. Then we'll have this one. I'm leaving the twiggy bits on as well because I think it makes it look a bit more realistic. And I just used a PVA to glue them on. In the stamp set, you get loads of little leaves and things as well. Here, loads of little leaves and things. You could then fussy cut all them out and have little bits of holly and sprigs coming off as well. It's just such fun. I like it very much. Then the words, warm wishes. Should we have something different on this one? Merry and bright. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it here, but I'm going to darken the paper down first, just with whatever's left on your tool. And I'm going to use a black just to stamp it out. The Ross Papercraft, he's apparently starting up a website, but it seems I haven't checked it in a little while. He did say he was going to start a website. He's very good. He's got loads of weird and wonderful bits of texture and MDF, and I get the wreath things for him. This is a wreath I'm starting to make now. I got this off him, MDF, and it's so nice. I wish I got more. This one off Ross Papercraft, and it's got the paper holes there, but you can get the metal wreath ones. You can get all the fluffy stuff that you make the wreath with. And he's based near me as well. So I could probably just go and pick it up. Yes, Ross Papercraft. He was unpacking his stuff and I was in his boxes. Last year, at the last one, he gave us a box of stuff and told us to go and sort it into little bags for him while I was looking for things. He must have been thinking, get this girl away from me. Ross Paper, he's very good. He goes to, I think, anyway, I don't know if it's still on since the whole lockdown malarkey. Nissan do a craft show in Washington. He sometimes goes there. Honestly, the stuff he had so many pumpkins. I had Tony's son sitting painting pumpkins because he just has so much stuff. I got some dinosaurs for my sister's baby. Then I got told it wouldn't match the room. So I still need to do them. Somebody else can have them. But there we go. Two very same but very different. To get the white highlights on, again, I went in with the gel pen. But I have started messing about with something a little bit different. So when I add the highlights on, going to be the only pen that doesn't work, isn't it? Let's grab another one. Use a thick one because I'll not do it all. I need to find a thin one. I've been sort of rubbing it so it's not as obvious. And you can add more in different depths, words, as we go. So I would make sure he's totally dry really before you do this. Me being organised as ever. There we go. And next week I'm going in my journal because I haven't been in it for so long. So next Thursday we're going to get messy in the art journal with acrylic paints and things. Unless you want the jelly plate. Shall we play with the jelly plate? There we go. Two same but very... I've covered the flowers, haven't I? I might move that. But it's two very same, very different makes. And there we go. I think I've actually gone around this one in the black. It's much darker. Which one do you prefer? This one because it's more shadow and things. The longer you take with your colouring and things, and obviously adding the pencil in. I got one here just to show you. Oh, with a point on that. A pencil sharpener. No, that would be too organised. 2 seconds. Oh no, I haven't even got the bag. What you can do is, if you want to add even more on his eyes, go in with a black pen and bring that out, and then go in. You can see it sort of pops it out. Go in with a water brush. If you use a water pen or the likes of a watercolour pencil to do it with a sharp point, and then just sort of run the water over the top of it, it'll spread a bit more, but it'll keep the line. And then you can go in with pencil, your coloured pencils, and add the shadows, and you can go on forever adding detail. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could start drawing in every single feather if you wanted to. And even down his wing, you can make him more fluffy. Yeah, now I've started. I'll be sitting here until next week now. I painted this one and I sat for ages just doing it. And that's why I end up with a full box full of cut out things ready. Because once I start, I can't stop. There, I will in a minute. There. And you can already see it's starting to take more shape just by adding the white line in. And I know you've already stamped it out and the line's already there, but just by adding it over again once you've coloured it makes it pop out a little bit further. And then really all I would do is pop a little hole through the top and some ribbon, and you could have these hanging around for Christmas. Did I say we're going to add glitter as well? Should we? Should we just do it? Oh, that's not glitter. Where's my... I know what I've got. Stickles. You ready? I have stickles. Does it work? Yes, it is. Add some stickles on. You have to have loads of glitter at Christmas, don't you? It's kind of coming out. And have some around his eyes a bit. And on the branch, because it's being snow and glitter. You know when you get up and it's really, really frosty and it looks like there's glitter everywhere? A little bit on here again, a lot highlights. What on earth? Oh, that there. Oh, I love it even more. Yes. Card toppers, anything. Journal. Oh, look at him. Isn't he lovely? I need to add some more around his eye, I think. Unless he's got a really fluffy eye and the snow's landed on top. There we go. Anyway, thank you very much. I was more organised than I thought there, apart from leaving everything else in different rooms. I'll go and locate and let you know next week if I found it somewhere stupid and strange. And thank you very much. And Wendy, it's lovely to have you here. I like it when new people come in to say hello, even though I know you, but you're new here. Yes. Thank you so much. If you can't be good and all that, be careful. But I will see you back on Facebook on the Thirsty Brush page on Tuesday. And if there's anything you want us to show you, anything you want us to use, give us a shout before then. Or if you just fancy a chat, just send us a message. I'm always about. And yes, have a lovely weekend, a lovely crafty weekend, and staying out of the rain, because that's miserable as sin. Anyway, good night.